Happy New Year's, everyone. Yes, today is New Year's, which means it's 2024. Be gone with 2023, and hello the new year. Whole bunch of new exciting adventures and so much more await us. But today, I wanted to just take a nice rewind of the world of video games of 2023. Yes, 2023 was a phenomenal year for those of us that like video games. And with that, there's so many fun and interesting, exciting adventures that we went on throughout the year. So I just wanted to take a look back on what those games were and how they impacted the world of gamers. Now, the world of gamers is very vast. There's so many new games and so much adventures and fun things that you can do in there. So, yes, starting off this list of games that came out, these really top-notch games that came out this last year, we should say now, was The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, if you haven't played Tears of the Kingdom, or maybe you just got it for Christmas. This was one, if not the best game that came out this year. Yes, it did not win Game of the Year, but it's such a good game. Tears of the Kingdom brought so many things to the Zelda franchise. You were able to build whatever you wanted, whatever you can think of. You put it into a machine and you just hope that the puzzle works. They gave you so many innovative ways to solve puzzles in this game. It's a sequel to Breath of the Wild, and they made it 100 times better. Next up, we got Pikmin 4. Now, Pikmin 4 was a really fun game. You had to run around in your adventure and do a whole bunch of Pikmin things. Now, what separated from Pikmin 3 was being able to have the little puppet following you around, and you can play as the little dog, and it's just an amazing experience. Good game. Okay. So now we have the Pokemon Indigo Disc DLC. Yes, this just recently came out less than a month ago, and let me tell you, this DLC was so good. It was so amazing. You were able to finally play as the Pokemon. Like, you can become the Pokemon, and it's just such a good concept. Now, this was the best. I thought it was like the best. We really needed this for the Pokemon series, just to being able to run around. Now, we also had the item printer instead of that little bird thingy that turned things into Pokeballs. But if you don't know much about Pokemon, maybe you don't know what that is. But it was a good DLC. It was a really good add-on. Alright. So next up, we had Metroid Prime Remastered. Now, this came out earlier in the year, and let me tell you, right after the Nintendo Direct, it was released. And everybody was happy. It was just a surprise, a shock. Just a shock going through everybody's mind was that Metroid Prime was just there. It was just on the eShop. You can download it right after the Nintendo Direct. And this took the gaming world by storm. It was just a very amusing part of the year, just being able to watch Nintendo Direct, and this came out after you were done the Direct. It was insane. They just dropped it like that. They just ghost dropped it on that, and it was just awesome. All right, now we got Hogwarts Legacy. Now, this came out for all consoles in about the first part of the year, but it only came out for the Nintendo Switch about 2 to 3 months ago. And let me tell you, Hogwarts Legacy, if you're a big fan of Harry Potter, you would love this game. Hogwarts Legacy had such a nice art style. It was unique to its own. It had nice wands. It was open world. You could become whatever wizard you choose. You could customize it, and it was just an amazing game. It only came out to the Nintendo Switch just recently because they had to evolve it into it to work with the Nintendo Switch. But anyways, it was just an amazing game. Next up, we got Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This was a controversial game when it launched because on PC it did not launch perfect. There was crashes and stutters. It didn't look good. The PlayStation version was having some issues, but after they resolved all that, it was just a really good game. So much to do. If you're a Star Wars fan, you get the lightsaber, the force powers, everything. You don't really have to restart. You don't forget any of that stuff from the last game, Fallen Order. You can just continue from where you started off, or left off, we should say. You get all your force abilities: force pull, force push, and so much more. Force freeze. Force freeze. Yeah, so there's so much things now. This was only released on the Xbox Series S and the PlayStation 4, 5, and the PC, but it was just a good game. Okay. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Now, Super Mario Bros. Wonder was a phenomenal game. Phenomenal. Now, they didn't make it too easy, and they also didn't make it too hard. It was just the perfect balance of good newer players and older players that have been playing this game for a long time. And let me tell you, it was worth waiting for this game. If you just recently got it for Christmas, or you've been playing it for a while, you'll know how fun the game is. There are such a different types of levels, and pretty much every world there's one of these special levels with a 5-star difficulty or something like that, and you can do it, and you can try to get your 4-star or 5 stars. It was just a fun game. That game blew everybody out. You know, it was just so good. Like, they changed up the formula from the 2D games. They made it 100 times better. They refreshed the paint job. But let me tell you, there was one level that probably had some controllers thrown at the wall. This level is called the bass drop or something. You had to jump with the bass of the music, and let me tell you, it was hard. When it says 5-star, it really means 5-star. You have to be like a Super Mario Pro. You have to be a Super Mario Pro when you're playing that. Yikes, it's a hard level, but it's such a fun game. Phenomenal game. Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Now, Kirby's Return to Dreamland is a remake of a Wii classic game, and the art style is beautiful. It's pretty much the same game that it was on the Wii, but better controls and a better paint job, and just an overall better experience, because who really liked playing Kirby with the little sideways? I think it's just better on how it is on the Nintendo Switch. You get your nice controllers, and Kirby's usually an easy game, but it's just a fun game. You can have fun with your family, and overall it's just a good game. Okay. Next up, we have Alan Wake 2. Now, Alan Wake 2 is a horror genre game, and it released in October, pretty much to go alongside with Halloween. And now, this game was was it the game who won Game of the Year? I think it was the game who won Game of the Year. Anyways, they won Game of the Year because it was a phenomenal game that could only be used on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and it was a fine game. Fine game. Okay. Next up, we have Minecraft Legends. Minecraft Legends is a game that follows up Minecraft Dungeon, but not really. It's more like an action strategy game. Instead of you going around collecting loot, you're pretty much the commander that is commanding the troops to go and attack things. It's an okay game. It's not really better than original Minecraft or Minecraft Dungeons, but it's still a good game. It's still a good game. It came out, when did it come out? July? Anyways, it was a good game. Okay. Now, next up, we have Fire Emblem Engaged. Now, Fire Emblem Engaged is another Fire Emblem game. Now, this game was pretty good. The graphics were good, the gameplay was smooth, and you can do so much with this game. Now, most people had a great time with it, and also a free DLC just recently released, I believe, unless I'm mistaking it for a different game. But anyways, it was a fine game. I already talked about Marvel Spider-Man 2. Anyways, Marvel Spider-Man 2. This is a sequel to the original Marvel Spider-Man that released back in 2018. And then there was also Miles Morales that was released back in 2021 or 2020. Was it 2020? I think it was 2020. I'm pretty sure it was. Anyways, those two games had a story, different story, separate story. Okay. And what Spider-Man 2 did is they converged both of those stories together, and now they added Venom. So it's your typical Marvel Spider-Man game with improved graphics, improved physics, with the PlayStation 5 engine. Just looks so beautiful. And if you like the story, it's like a story like that, but combined. I personally really enjoyed the story for Spider-Man Miles Morales. I platinum trophied that on the PS5, and overall just had a phenomenal experience. Okay, next up we have Octopath Travelers 2. Now, personally, I haven't played this game, but I know that there's a lot of reviews that are really good for it. So the game was just a good game, and so much has happened in this game. So I hope that people, maybe you're watching this video and you played it, just tell me in the comment down below how good this game is. And yeah, thank you. Next up we have Sea of Stars. Personally haven't played this again, but this came out this year, so I might as well throw it on this list. Sea of Stars is a close-up promotional image game. What? Anyways, this is some game. You could also get it on the Nintendo Switch, and it came out this year. Apparently, it's a 4 to 5 star game, so it's pretty good. It's a role-playing adventure game, Sea of Stars. So Sea of Stars is a role-playing adventure game where you're pretty much role-playing as a character, and you have to do these special missions to get yourself some points, I believe. Yeah, I believe. Alright, so what else do we have here that came out this year? Was a good game. May have been mentioned before, maybe not. We also have here, did I mention that? Starfield. Did I mention Starfield? Well, if I didn't, it's a spaceship game, I believe. I haven't played this too much. Yeah, it's a planet game where you fly around as your plane, you explore planets, and you do different missions. It's kind of like a Diablo 4 style game, I guess. What's not? Anyways, you're going around in space. If anything, I would say it's more like Star Wars Squadrons or the Star Wars Battlefield flying mode than anything else. But yeah, so it's more like that. Okay, so it was a phenomenal game too, because don't get anything wrong. It was a really good game. Now we had Diablo 4. Diablo 4 came out with Blizzard Entertainment, and let me tell you, I haven't played this game, but people love this game, so we're gonna throw it on a list of games that came out this year. And let me tell you, this year was really good. For the amount of games that came out, the amount of releases, the amount of content, hours of gameplay, Now, yes, for gaming, this year was great. It was just a standalone good year for the amount of games there are. Oh wow, there's a lot. Now, last year, one of the best games that came out was Elden Ring. Now, you probably heard a lot about Elden Ring, and I'm just mentioning this now again because Elden Ring is a really good game. You should try it, but if you don't like super hard games or Souls-like games, you might not want to try it. It's a game that you're open world, kind of like Tears of the Kingdom, but maybe not. But you're running around fighting things, and you got to get good at the moveset. Just want to mention that. And the game is still getting high reviews to this day. So, yeah. Horizon's Call of the Mountains. Totally forgot that came out, but that was a VR exclusive game. You can put on your VR headset and you're ready to play the game. It was a good experience. I'm pretty sure it was exclusive to the new PlayStation 2 VR headset or something. Or came out with it. Anyways, yeah, so it's a good game. It's a Horizon game that you run around with your controllers and hands, and you find bows and you shoot enemies and stuff like that. It was a good game, good attempt by Sony to make the perfect VR game, but in my personal opinion, Beat Saber will still take the cake as one of the best VR games. Just my personal opinion. I like little beat drums. It's Okay, so now I just want one more quick mention. Fortnite Battle Royale. Yes. Fortnite has seen a lot of changes throughout the years, but just recently Fortnite has came out with a new map, or returned with the old map, the OG map, the map that was there from 2017, 18, and 19, and then it blew up in a black hole. But anyways, they let everybody, all the original players and everyone else, come back to their hometown on the map, and they had such a good time. They also made a good live event to end off the season. The season was a 1 month long, pretty much like 1 month long vacation, but it was a 1 month long, and players who played back then had so much good vibes playing the game. They also ended off with the Big Bang live event, came out with Eminem, and were showing off what they were working on, such as a new music mode, the Lego game mode, and a rocket, or like a racing game. And then these all came out shortly after the live event, like a couple days after. They came out with these things. They came out with Lego Fortnite, which is a kind of remix of Minecraft and Fortnite and Lego games. It's a really good and fun experience. You got a couple hours of gameplay, maybe 20 hours ish, or you probably have more if you're trying to beat the game like that. But anyways, yeah. Next up, we have the racing game for Fortnite. The racing game is a racing kind of style Mario Kart game, but with no power-ups. And you run around, or you race around the track with your Rocket League car. There's a rank mode, so you can try to get to the highest rank in the game. And you can get a whole bunch of exclusive items and stuff. So if you haven't played that, I suggest you hop on the game and play it for a bit. Try it out, because you can get a lot of free items, free cosmetics, and things like that, because currently the Fortnite Winterfest update or something like that is going on right now, so play that. We also have the new festival mode. This is kind of like a Guitar Hero style game. You got a whole bunch of songs, music, and the little tiles follow the sky or the board. You have to tap it with your button. So it's a pretty good game, pretty fun. So all these new modes, you can play it, you can try it right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a couple more games like Dead Space, Autumn Art, Armor Core, V Fire, Company of Heroes 3, Lie of P, Chance of Senior, Wild Heart, Meet Your Maker, Redfall, Final Barline, One Piece Odyssey, Blood Bowl 3, Steam's Shock, Scare Above, Disc Golls 7, Wolves, Blank, Errand Odyssey, Origins. There's a whole bunch of other games. Again, I haven't played a lot of these games, but I played more of the games that I firstly mentioned at the top of this list. So, yeah, I hope you have a phenomenal year this year. It's the new year. I hope you have a great day, a phenomenal day with your family. Maybe you stayed up last night celebrating the New Year's. Maybe you watched the New York resolutions thing, the New York countdown, or maybe you were actually in New York, and that's so awesome. That's really cool to be actually in New York during a New Year's celebration. It's just really, really, really awesome. So yeah, thanks for watching. And if you watch this video all the way to the end, I thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. And with that being said, thanks for watching. Consider dropping a like, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and see you in the next one.